Alan, I got a problem here. We have video cameras here in the studio constantly, and I find that I don't pick my nose as much as I might want to because I don't want that to be caught on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
there's a
jeez.
certain etiquette that you have to have. Even though I could edit the picking of the nose out, I don't know that it's not going to get into the wrong hands one day. I'm really, really self-conscious about this.
Have you stopped to think that maybe you're just addicted to picking your nose and that's the problem you need to address?
Well, I already know that.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know
making
that.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know that. That I'm not. I don't know that I'm ever going to address that. It's just like I got to hide it. I don't want it. I don't want the world to know it. Like I don't want anyone to know that I pick my nose.
Well, you just told everybody you picked your
Yeah,
nose.
but the attention span of the average listener is 2 seconds. But if they see it, that's different.
Well, no, it's more than 2 seconds because now every time I come on, I plan to bring it up and ask if you've been picking your nose.
Well, I can tell you the answer is yes in advance.
Oh, well, okay, I'll
wait,
still ask.
Well, are you going to be asking in the context of have you been picking your nose in the hour that you've been on air? Is that what you're going to be asking?
I think I might do that, yeah.
Okay, well then I'm okay. Then the answer could be different. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Because that would be more of a valid question. But if you were going to ask it in the context of do you still do it, you'd be wasting your time. You can still do it. I don't want to tell you how to waste your time, but I was just letting you know it would be a waste of your precious breath.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. I appreciate your concern.
Sure, no problem.
I
do have concern for you, Alan. Believe it or not.
Yeah, your only concern is whether or not, how you can get me fired.
And if you're going to be here, how to best utilize you, for these segments. Because, I could kind of sit back and chill out a little bit when you're here.
Yeah, and asking me a picking the nose question really utilizes me to the best of my abilities.
I'm getting inside of the brain to figure out the best way. Are you telling me you don't pick your nose?
I'm not answering that one way or the other.
Well, because you know that you do. Everyone does it, Alan. When you go to the bathroom, do you look back down into the bowl?
Do I what?
When you go to the bathroom, do you look back down into the bowl before you flush it?
No.
You never look.
No.
You aren't curious about what type of a present you left there.
No.
You're not curious about what you're going to be doing to the water supply system in Texas.
No, I am not curious.
So you wouldn't be able to recognize your own from someone else's.
No, I would not.
That's weird, Alan. That is strange.
And I doubt, even if you were to look at yours, that if it was then put in a lineup of, say, 10 others, that you'd be able to recognize yours out of those other 10.
I could pick mine out of the lineup in 2 seconds.
Jeez.
I know its texture. I know its color. I know everything about it. I'm instantly, it came from me. Anything that comes from you, Alan, you have a certain amount of pride in it. And I guess you can't understand the children analogy because you don't have any. But if you did have children, you'd understand exactly what I'm saying, Alan. Something that started in you and then ends someplace else, there's a certain amount of pride that you have before you send it off into the world.
Darryl, what pride? You keep trying to sell your child to gypsies.
I would be proud of what I sold them, though. I want the product that I sold them to. I don't want them to want their money back for sure.
Oh, jeez. Jeez.
And in this day and age, they could find me.
I need to go back to bed. I don't know why I got up for this. Okay. All right, Darryl. You know what? I'm just going to end that right there, and I'm going to move on before you take up any more of my valuable time.
Well, I do want to thank you for just having the discussion with me and finding out more about you. When you sneeze, do you look into the tissue that you've sneezed into?
No.
Oh, you're weird, Alan.
Well, now, I take that back. I do, but only if I need to continue blowing my nose, and so I look just so that I fold it in such a way so that I'm not putting what I just sneezed into back on my nose.
And if I were to be there and I saw you sneeze into something and it somehow got back all over your nose, would it embarrass you so much for me to tell you that it's there that you would not want me to tell you? Or would you want me to tell you?
Well, I'd be able to tell it was there. I just wipe my nose. I wipe my nose anyway after I blow it.
Then why bother? Then why bother to look at what you've done to make sure you don't put it back in there if you're just going to wipe it anyway?
Well, I've got to make sure that what I'm wiping, I'm not wiping back. I'm wiping off and not back on.
I understand looking at that point, but why look? Why bother to look before that if you're just going to wipe it again all the way when you're done?
Because I don't want that feeling of it back on my nose.
If we're going to wash our hands, Alan, if we're going to wash our hands after we go to the restroom, why do we bother to use toilet paper? Because we're going to clean our hands anyway, right?
Oh, that's just gross. There are
Okay.
people eating, Darryl.
Right now?
Yes.
Those people who are eating understand the context of what I'm saying.
Just so you know, it's past 11 Central and it's 12 Eastern, which means people are having lunch.
Okay. I apologize, people. I should let Alan get to his segment.
Sir Darryl.